Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have some Dollar Tree Rustic Farmhouse Decor ideas, and let's go ahead and get started. DIY number 1. For this project I am going to be using these two wood slats from the crafter square of the Dollar Tree. First I'm going to peel off the stickers, and then I'm going to be using these craft sticks also from the Dollar Tree. I cut them up in 12 little pieces, and I'm going to stack 3 together, and I'm going to hot glue them. Now I'm going to take the hot glue and I will hot glue these two slats together, cleaning off the hot glue. And then I am going to take these new created 3 pieces of craft sticks, and I will hot glue them to the back middle section of these two new created wood piece. So you see me what I'm doing over here, and the reason I'm doing this is just to reinforce this wood piece. Now I'm going to take this wood thin in a color gray. It is by Folk Art, and I will just use a sponge brush from the Dollar Tree, and I will give it one coat. So I leave it probably 10 seconds, and then I clean it off and just give it that beautiful gray tint to the wood. And I'll also do the same thing in between the slats and with a little paintbrush. I wanted it to look nice and finished. Now I'm going to take these 3 mini buckets. They are from the wedding section. They come in a package of 3. And then I'm going to take this Waverly chalk paint in a color ink and a paintbrush, and I will distress it. I wanted it actually to look old and kind of enamel looking. So I'm just going to add that black color on the edges and just some places where normally you would see wear and tear. And I'm going to do the same thing to all 3 of them. Now that I'm done with all 3 of these, this is how they look like. They're super cute and adorable. Next I'm going to go ahead and take these 3 hooks, and I have this on my hand. They're from Home Depot, I believe, but I know Dollar Tree carries these a little bit smaller. And now I'm going to go ahead and I will screw them on 3 spots. So 2 on the sides and 1 in the middle. So because I wanted 1 to be in the middle, I had to reinforce it. In the beginning, you saw me adding those craft sticks. Now I'm going to go ahead and take these succulents. They're from the Dollar Tree. And then I will just take and cut the tips off a little bit because they were a little bit too long, and I will just put them in my buckets. Very simple, and I really like succulents. They're very inexpensive at the Dollar Tree, and they're always so beautiful and create a great decor. And now I will just hang these little buckets onto my wood piece, and that's it for this project. How cute is this? How beautiful, rustic, farmhousey, but yet modern it looks like. I just really love how it turned out. I think that wood color with the white and green, it just looks so gorgeous. Tell me what you think about this one. Today's video is sponsored by TopCashback. You all know that I love smart shopping, and using TopCashback can save money by shopping online. It is very easy to sign up for TopCashback. Just go ahead and go to their website and then fill up the required fields. It is just an email address and a password, and then that way you're already signed up. After that, I recommend downloading the Chrome extension. Just follow the instructions. They show up on a screen. And that way you will be adding TopCashback to your Chrome. There is more than 4,000 retailers on TopCashback, but today I will be focusing on the Dollar Tree. it shows you automatically that you can save 4% cashback by shopping online at the Dollar Tree. You all know how much I love using Dollar Tree items in my videos, but I know many of you cannot find some things at the stores. So that's why it is super great that you can shop online and find things that maybe you cannot find at your stores. And the best thing is that you can shop in smaller quantities. How awesome is that? We don't always need 30 or 24 pieces of one same product. So over here you can see that these great buckets and all the mini pots and everything that I would personally use can come in a package of 4. So that's amazing. Also crafting supplies as well, these wood pieces that I love, and also this moss, for example, that I used in my video. I was able to purchase just few pieces online. This is definitely a game changer, so go ahead and check it out. You'll love it. One more thing that I love about TopCashback is that there's no minimum payout. So you could literally make $5 and cash it out. That is awesome. You can choose to cash it out via PayPal, a checking account, or a gift card, which I think is awesome. Other places that I love to shop beside the Dollar Tree are Amazon. I love to shop at Target. Nike, we like to buy clothes for my son who is athlete. Then Walmart, Michael's. I see that they have Lowe's cashback, which is great. We're building a new house and I'm sure we're going to need a bunch of things from there. So that's another thing that I recommend you guys checking it out. You will get 10% top cashback sign up bonus plus a cashback if one of you sign up and spend $25. Sign up is completely free and I'll have a link in my description box for you guys to check it out. DIY number 2. For this project, I will start off with these wooden dominoes from the Dollar Tree. It is in a kid toy section. And then I will also take this canvas, also from the Dollar Tree. It is 8 by 10. Now you can use any canvas that you have on hand. First thing I'm going to do is take a take a box cutter and I will cut a line close to those staples and just peel off the canvas. I will save it for the next project. And now I will take this frame and the spackling from the Dollar Tree and I just fill out those holes. Some of these frames from the canvases don't have those holes, like staple holes, and some do. So this one had it and I decided to cover it. Now I'm taking this cardboard from the cereal box and trace around the frame and I will cut it out. When the spackling was dry, I was just sanding it a little bit, and now I will give it one coat of this Waverly chalk paint, Waverly antique wax, and then I will give it one coat all the way around. Now, if you know me, yes, I love stains, I love wood-looking colors, but I like to distress it. I don't really like brownish colors, so I'm going to take this Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color and a chippy brush from the Dollar Tree, and I will just distress it all the way around. And this is the color that I actually like. This is the effect that I like. Now I'm going to go back to these dominoes. I'm going to take the same wood tint that I used in my first project in a color gray, and then I flip them all on the back side because that's where the wood part is, and I am going to give them one coat to all of them. And when everything was done, this is how they looked like. And now I'm going to take and hot glue this cardboard piece onto my frame. When I was done with that, I'm going to go ahead and start with laying down the dominoes. So I'm going to first lay them down in a brick pattern, and I will see how much I need to cut off the ones that it's going to go in corners, or actually on the edges. And I'm just using a box cutter and my mat to cut it. It was not hard to cut it at all. I scored it a few times and just to snap it off. And now that I have all the pieces, it is time to start hot gluing them down. Again, I'm just going in a bricklaying pattern. so a little offset. I did not want to paint this cardboard because I really like that natural color to show through. It almost looks like what is it called? The things between the bricks. Oh man, I cannot remember now. Oh yes, the mortar. So it almost looks like the mortar, and I really, really liked it. I didn't want to fill it out with speckling or anything. I just wanted to leave it the way it is. Now I'm taking this faux leather ribbon from the Dollar Tree in a color camel, and I just cut off a little piece, and I will go ahead and I will hot glue it somewhere in the middle, a little bit lower than the middle of this piece. And then I'll hot glue one part and then another part as well, and there's a loop created in the middle, and that's where I'm going to stick this boxwood picks, and that's it for this project. Guys, I love this project. I think it's my favorite. I love every detail of it. I think it's so beautiful, elegant, has a rustic feel, and guys, it is so inexpensive to make. You saw how little time it took to make, and also it took me, I think, maybe $2 to make. I love that I can change out the flower picks, or I can just leave this boxwood all year long. I think it's so gorgeous, but I want to hear what you guys think. Friends, if you're new to my channel, I want to welcome you. I'm Jelena, stay-at-home mom of 2 kids. I love crafting. I love doing DIY projects. Everything that I do is on a budget. It's a very low budget and mostly rustic and farmhouse style. I try some other things as well. I just like to create beautiful things for my home, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, please join my channel. I would love to have you. If you're on social media, look for me on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Come say hi. I would love to get to know you. Also, I want to remind you that my regular upload times are Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Sometimes that changes depending on the collaboration and challenges that I'm participating in. I will let you know in advance if that happens. DIY number 3. I'm going to be using these 3 foam balls. They are 28 inches, 2.8 inches, I believe. And then they all came from the Dollar Tree as well. And I will give them first one coat of this green color, dark green color acrylic paint. And the only reason why I'm doing that is because later I'm going to be using moss, and I wanted just to have some coat on these white balls, because if on some spot I don't cover it with the moss very well, I didn't want it to show through. Now that they're dry, I am poking a hole to all of them, and then I'm taking this a rope that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm cutting 3 different length pieces. Now I'm taking a hot glue and scissors, and I am just gonna hot glue one end, and I'm gonna push it to that hole that I created and add more hot glue until it's all nice, filled out and nice and secure. I'm gonna do the same thing to all of them, and this is how they look like. Now I'm going to use the floral moss, and you saw me showing it earlier on Dollar Tree. Online you can order only a few pieces. You don't have to order a big pack. And now I'm going to use the hot glue to attach the floral moss to these styrofoam balls. And I'm going to do the same thing to all 3 of them. When everything is done, I actually went ahead and trimmed this moss. This is a little bit larger moss, so I wanted it to be very, close to the ball shape. I didn't want it to stick out a lot. Now I saw this craft glue at the Dollar Tree. I purchased one, and I wanted to try if it's going to work with it, but no, it did not stick. So I assume this glue works great for, paper crafting and stuff like that, but it didn't really work for moss. So I went back using my hot glue. When all 3 balls were done, I am going to use these, I think they're wildflowers from the Dollar Tree as well. I cut off only the flower parts, and I'm going to hot glue them sporadically on these balls. Now, this is just my personal preference. You can certainly leave it as it is. You can add some greenery to it. You can, add different kind of flowers. This is just my idea, and you can go on from that. Also, instead of the rope, you can certainly use a ribbon or anything that you would like. This is what I decided, but again, this is just idea to show you what you can do. Now that everything is done, I went and made knot on the top, making sure that all 3 balls are not stacked on top of each other. They're just nicely spaced out, and I'll show you that in just a minute how it looks like. Now I'm cutting off the excess, and I'm going to go ahead and take this wide burlap ribbon, and I will fold it in 2 and pinch it in the middle. And then I took the smaller one that I created earlier, and I'm just going to wrap a jute twine all around, making sure these 2 are kept in place. And I'm tied in the back, cutting off the excess. And then when that is done, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue this bow on that knot that I created earlier on to my hanging part, onto my hanging piece. So my idea was just to go ahead and hang it on the door or wherever you want to hang it, just underneath that knot. So there was no need to create a loop or anything, but you can certainly do that as well. So this is how this turned out. Honestly, I wanted to make this for a long time, and I'm so happy I ended up making it. I really, really think it's super cute. It is also versatile as well. I can always take off these flowers and put anything else that I want, or I can just leave it plain. I can switch out the bow depending on the season. So I really, really like it. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and share this video. It means so much to me. It helps my channel. And subscribe if you're new. I would really, really love to have you. Thank you, TopCashback, for sponsoring this video. Guys, go ahead and check out my link in the description box. Click on it. It will take you straight to TopCashback, and you can go from there. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.